Cazzo here. I'm going to fix my sign. It's the sign for Cazzo's Blacklight Lounge. It's actually written in there now. It just doesn't, I did it lightly because I only wanted it to show up under the black light. But you can't see it at all, really, and even under the black light. I mean, I can show you, but I'm just going to start painting this thing here. So I got my glow-in-the-dark paint. And I'm just building these letters bigger. To a little Carlos Santana here in Cazzo's Blacklight Lounge. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. See, there's stuff written on there already, but it's not written very heavily. So I'm adding to that. It says Cazzo's at the top, Blacklight, and then Lounge down there. But, I didn't want it to be seen. Now, the way it'll be now, you'll probably be able to read it in regular light, which is okay. We got no words at the Lounge. Yeah, I really like the blacklight stuff. I don't know. I was born in the '60s, but I'm really like a '60s child. I'll tell you that. Like I grew up in the '60s. But I sure as hell am glad I was born when I was, because man, this world is getting out of hand. There's people who just chill a little bit, be nice. So I've been down here 7 years, still can't speak a lick of Spanish. I tried when I first got down here. I started using Duolingo and all that nonsense. But if you hear people talk down here, two Costa Ricans having a conversation, you got no chance of understanding what they're saying. There's just, I could study Spanish for 10 years. I'd never have a clue what they were saying. So I gave up. I know a lot of words, but I get by. Thank God for translator. Okay, so I'm almost done with Cazzo's top. I'll give you an update here, show you how I've progressed this thing. But Cazzo's Blacklight Lounge, to explain it to you, is like it's funny because, as a side note, my brother Dave, God rest his soul, he died of alcoholism he died at 42 of alcoholism. And his dream was always to have a Grateful Dead bar. That was his thing he wanted to do. Sure enough, he built it. It's called Ico's. And this place was like the coolest bar. They used to call it the launching pad because we had so many fantastic bands play there. Fish played there 3 times. On Facebook, there's a guy who used to manage the place, Larry St. Pierre, really good guy. He's the one. He deserves the credit for bringing in the good bands. He worked his ass off at that stuff. Anyway, Fish played there, and he's posted on Facebook $500 to Fish to play on a Tuesday night. The place held 115 or 120 people, and it was like $10 a ticket or whatever, and we paid them 500. We made 500 at the door, and whatever. I don't know, but some really good bands played there. And Jorma Kaukonen, if you know who he is, he's from Jefferson Airplane, and then he formed Hot Tuna, and now he's a solo artist. All right, so I'm gonna give you a progress update here. I just did Cazzo's. Okay, there you go. So I'm just, like I said, making it bigger so you can see it. I hope I didn't screw up with the volume. Hope you could hear me, but I thought it'd be nice to have some Carlos playing. So anyway, my brother's dream was to have a Grateful Dead bar, and he knocked it out of the park because I mean the place that he had just turned into a freaking really really cool place. It wasn't as it wasn't the best thing for him either. Like I said, he died of alcohol, so it could have been the death of him too. But great guy, really nice, generous guy, my brother Dave, and so I thought it was ironic when I started thinking about it and how one of my dreams, really, and I have a bunch, is to have a place called Cazzo's Blacklight Lounge. And at Cazzo's Blacklight Lounge, you'll have like martini glasses with little uh, fluorescent stems on the glasses, and there'll be a in the back there'll be a ping pong table and a pool table, and the balls will have little dots of fluorescent on them, and the ping pong table will be outlined in fluorescent, and the paddle will have some, so there'll be little flashes of fluorescent all over the place. I think it would be a really cool place. Now, it's not going to be like pitch black in there. You have areas you can control the lighting, and have all my paintings, black light paintings that I like to do. Like this is the sign for the entrance, Cazzo's Blacklight Lounge. And the way I like to describe it is, you're walking down the bar or you're walking down the street, and there's a bar on the left and there's a bar on the right. 10 o'clock on a Friday night, and one is Joe's Pub, and there's 8 drunks sitting at the bar, and whatever. Not much going on. You look on the other side of the street, and it's all lit up with fluorescence, and it's just gotta present very well, I would think. So I don't know. Meanwhile, the business of a bar is not an easy business. Believe me, I saw that at Ico's. But that's why you have managers. I tell them what I want done and get it done. That's all you can do. Give it your best. Be a good person to other people. That's all I try to do. I walk down the street every day in Costa Rica, and I say hello to everybody. It's within eye contact type stuff. And after I walk away, after we pass each other, under my breath, I say, God bless them. I hope everything goes well for them. And, just have that energy of rooting for other people. You know what I mean? I like to root for other people to be happy because, I don't know. Shit, I ain't got nothing, and I'm happy as a pig, But and I hope that changes. I'm working on some things. I think my store should be a huge success. I mean, I haven't had much success with it early on, but it's certainly a traffic thing. I got a guy working on the SEO. He just started it, so it takes a few weeks and all this. I mean, it's one delay after another. I just haven't gotten the eyeballs on my store yet. I got some sales, but not as much as I had thought, for sure. But anyway, listen, I'm going to cut it off here. This is Cazzo from Cazzo's Blacklight Lounge, and I appreciate you guys very much. Like I said, I try and be a little entertaining, and I'm just having fun down here, chilling out, and trying to fix the sign for Cazzo's Blacklight Lounge. Peace, love, and pain.